Hello, everyone. It's me, Shalina, back with another Tuesday Talks. I'm really excited about. I'm here with my friend Lottie Spady from Earthseed, Detroit. She is, oh my gosh. Well, I'm not going to say too much, but she's a friend and I consider a mentor and just an all-around lovely person. What are you really excited about right now?
I'm excited about, I'm excited about, I am getting back to teaching.
Ooh.
And I'm excited. I feel as if, for whatever reason, whether it was everything going on in the world or just emotionally heavy depression, like needing to just be internal for a very long time. The last couple of years, I was really pushing back against invitations to teach. And I mean, some I did do, but I am reinvigorating my online teaching and in-person teaching.
Nice.
And
so can you tell them right now, for online teaching, where can they find you?
So Earthseed Detroit is now on Patreon. I am so excited because I put off, I don't know. You know how when you don't know what something is, it's so easy to keep saying, I just keep putting it off. And then I finally every day I do a little research and I find people who were good at it and who do I want to be like. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to just try it. I'm just going to try it. So I have this vision. I really like the idea of building this community, this healing community. So, of course, the different levels are full circle sacred living, where we can explore how to be more environmentally conscious. But what is just one little step? Like, let's support each other. It might be different for you than it is for me, but here's a place where we can learn together, Right. And then the next level from that is herbalism classes. I want folks to make their own, like a grimoire.
Nice.
And I'm like, we can make tea stain paper and we can make our own ancient texts.
We can make our own wreaths, which you showed me a beautiful wreath you
crafts, made. I want it to be fun. Like, my goal has always been to be able to just make a living from living.
Lord, can I take that class? Is there a class called Make a Living from Living?
Make a living from living, and I just want it to be a fun place where we're all leveling up in our own way, whether it's health. And it's also my patrons, the few patrons that I have, it's all about building a community sponsored, like for folks who may not be able to afford to take the classes, or it lets me do more free classes in the real world.
Right.
It offsets,
right,
the expense of doing other classes. So that's what I really want patrons to understand, is that you are really supporting a community herbal education program.
Nice.
I am very excited about this.
Okay, and then how much is the Patreon?
So I have levels as low as $3 a month, $5 a month, $10 a month, $20 a month. It goes up from there. Okay. And each one has different, little perks. Right. But the herbalism classes are at the $20 a month level, which is only $5 a week.
Right.
It's it may seem like a lot, but I am trying to make it really worth your while. So, so check it out. Earthseed Detroit is on Patreon.
I love that.
I'm excited about it.
Well, and I like that you talked about like starting your journey in just one little step at a time, because we talked about this a little bit too, how like you can look around your life or the world and you can be completely overwhelmed and like, I don't know anything about any of this. Nothing I do matters. Like, just give up, or, why start, or it's too much, or would I ever really be able to make a difference, but that's not true.
I know. I don't think it's true. I mean, I think that you got to do what you're comfortable with. And every little bit does count. I mean, I do believe, like what do they call it, like the tipping point,
right.
When so many people get activated around a certain thing and the energy of it just starts to sort of multiply. And then all of a sudden you hit like a tipping point where it's like, everybody's doing that, like everybody's doing it. So
right.
It makes me feel, I want to live my life in such a way that, I'm aligned with
Did you see Riley? I don't know if Riley made it.
I don't know if Riley
came.
was on the camera.
Yeah.
Everybody knows who Riley is. Sit down. Don't come this way.
We've got an interloper, a very cute one, but
so many of my videos have this like water lapping in the background, like just all these noises. But anyway, I do feel like every little bit helps. And it took a long time for us to get to feeling like these other ways of doing.
No. Oh, today you're going to say hello. Hello.
Sit down, please. Sit.
Sit, please.
Sit.
No, he's not going to listen.
I'm sorry. He's being...
It's okay.
Not head. Riley, beat it. Beat it. Beat it. Beat it. The slow walk. Here we go.
Animals. That's okay. We'll just carry on. We will carry on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It was hard once I started working for an environmental organization, and once I really began to sort of step back and look at, issues like environmental racism and really seeing how Black and brown communities are, plagued by these daily practices around trash and land use and water affordability and air quality. It made me feel that I needed to try to be as responsible as possible with my resources and the way I was living.
Right.
Now, is it easy? No. Is there a lot more I could be doing? Yes. It is exhausting to, police every move that you're making. Like, oh, should I buy this? Buy that? Where was it made? Who did that? Who grew that?
Right.
But it gets easier the more you do it. And thankfully, more and more options are coming available. I think the more people, Riley, stop.
He wants my attention because I'm not giving it to him. A lot of things in life are like that, aren't they?
Yes,
this
they
is not
are.
a relationship coaching. Tuesday talks.
All of a sudden.
Yeah.
So we do the best we can.
Yeah, we're doing the best we can. Okay. Now I feel like I'm interrogating you, but I don't want to say choose a favorite herb because you already told us your trinity, which is if this was a quiz, would you remember? I remember.
Do you remember?
Okay, so it's oat straw,
Yeah.
nettle,
Yeah.
and burdock.
Yes.
Yes.
You get an A.
Thank you.
Plus.
That's all I want out of life is an A+. It's literally my life goal.
Oh, you got it.
Yay! I got an A+. Okay. Besides those three.
Oh.
Another herb.
So let's see. Besides those three. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Your top players are out of the bracket.
Yeah.
You can't choose them.
I'm going to say one that I really like. Now I know what I'm going to say. Monarda.
Okay.
I love Monarda. Bee balm.
Okay. Tell us why.
I love it.
I was gonna say now I'm showing that I'm still a baby herbalist because I'm like I'm not familiar with that, but then you're like bee balm. I'm like
bee balm.
Okay, bee balm.
Okay, so
It's Latin name you used.
Monarda fistulosa.
Okay, so why bee balm?
So it is such a delicious herb. It tastes kind of peppery. Like, so it would make a great seasoning, I think. Like, you could grind it up and try it for a seasoning.
This is the bee balm?
So this is bee balm.
You see? Let's see.
It is...
Smells good.
Right. And it is really good for respiratory situations. You can crunch that up.
Okay.
It's really good for respiratory. I use it I make herbal steams.
Ooh, it's spicy.
I know, peppery.
Mm-hmm, I like
It's
it.
going to clear out. You'll be able
Oh no, pretty soon I'll be coughing up whatever.
Good stuff.
Okay. Because I had coffee today with whole milk, so.
Oh. But I think it would make a great seasoning. like in a salad.
Oh yeah.
You know, sort of like oregano. It's got sort of an oregano-ish flavor vibe to it. I use it in my herbal steam blends, which are white pine, cedar, and Monarda. So you can make a boiling pot of water and then do a herbal steam. I like Monarda honey. Monarda infused honey is amazing. And, as a tincture or as a tea, like I feel like it's such a great, touch that mic. It is such a great respiratory herb.
Okay. I love that. I'm glad you mentioned steam because some people might not know that's also a great way to use herbs. If you put them in a sink and then you pour boiling hot water and then you put a towel over your head. No, I haven't done this as an adult, but there was a time, I think I was 16, I accidentally burned the tip of my nose because the water was too hot and I put my head to go. So don't do that. Don't scald yourself. But it's really nice to use herbs to steam your face for beauty, but also to steam if you're having a respiratory issue or
congestion. Yeah. Even if I, burning it just goes through the house, that kind of permeates the air of the environment. That's helpful too, Yeah. And the other thing I love about Monarda, which you can't unfortunately tell because these are dried, is the flower is just so interesting looking. It looks sort of like a pin cushion. And then it has these like dangling petals around it. So it's just an interesting flower.
Eye-catching for the bees.
Very eye-catching. So I just have grown to appreciate it a lot. And I foraged this myself and dried it. And like I said, making it into honey. It's a little bitter as a tea by itself.
Is it?
Like I said, imagine like oregano tea, But Monarda honey.
Yes.
So this is up there with my favorites.
Okay.
But you're asking me to pick between my kids.
I know.
When you say what's a favorite, because
that's a horrible question to ask an herbalist, and I know that, but I did it anyway.
It's a horrible. You got me good by letting me have my Trinity first, because usually it would have been nettles.
Okay, got it.
I'm sorry, burdock, and I'm sorry, but yeah.
Aww.
So I do love Monarda, and I think now I don't know this to be true. Sure. But I would say, so, Osha root?
Yes.
I love Osha.
Okay, I've never used that either.
Okay. But it is, see, do I have something you could take? I have Osha root tincture too. It is very aromatic, very good for the respiratory system.
Nice.
Very good. However, it grows in elevated plant like New Mexico. It's not from here. It can be
where bee balm does local. Grow abundantly.
And I don't know that folks make a parallel between these two, but I do feel like some of its aromatic qualities remind me of Osha. It may not be as strong as Osha, but it is a local source for this highly aromatic cleansing herb, So that's another reason why I like Monarda.
Nice.
I like Osha too. But Osha can be over harvested.
Right.
Because folks get excited about something. You know how humans do.
Yes, I know how we do.
Oh, we get excited about something and then want to sell it on every corner.
Right.
Or find someone to get it from, so.
Yeah. Well, and that's a whole nother conversation for another day, but I like that you brought that up because I do think it's important when possible, when feasible, to use plants that are native to your area, especially if your family has been from that or in that place for several generations. Because I just think that it's good to use herbs that resonate with your DNA profile. So, for instance, I love traditional Chinese medicine and herbs and Ayurvedic. But my go-to for my family, not that I don't use those herbs, are herbs that are like Western or honestly, I wonder if I should be using more African herbs.
Well, you were saying I was thinking about that. And I think, yeah, see, for me, I'm still working that out
Right.
philosophically,
Mm-hmm.
geographically.
Right.
I do believe in place-based medicine, that I've grown up in this Michigan environment.
Mm-hmm.
Goldenrod is
Oh God.
right out. I know.
Yeah. Right.
Goldenrod is so underrated,
Mm-hmm.
and it's amazing. Like,
Yeah.
it's like a native arnica.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, you can do the goldenrod infused oil is a great pain relief, muscle relief. It's great.
Wow. And I've been mostly using it for like allergies or kidneys and
Yes,
urinary
as a
and
tincture or
yeah,
tea.
tea and
Right.
tincture.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what's so amazing. Listen, goldenrod is like that. Like for a
Mm-hmm.
tea or tincture, for your sinuses, for your
Mm-hmm.
allergies, for your kidneys, and then as an oil,
Yeah.
it is a pain reliever.
I did not.
And let me I could tell you a story. When I went to Sedona, I fell in a big patch of prickly pear cactus. Like I entirely fell in a patch with shorts on.
Okay, I can see that I'm maturing because I feel like a couple years ago I would have laughed at that.
You're laughing now.
I'm sorry for your troubles. Tell us the rest of the story. How did you fall into?
I don't even know. We were climbing, like we were on a mission, but the fall was so anticlimactic. It was literally like, you know how there's the path, and I like had one foot off the path, and I just sort of stumbled and sat it. I was like, ah.
Oh, that prickly pear plant wanted to say hello to
It
you.
did. I did feel like
Oh my
it
goodness.
did. And I got messed up pretty bad. Like,
Oh,
I mean,
man.
I don't want to go into details, but prickly pear they have long spikes and they have short ones, and they all have hooks. They're designed not to come out. And it had impaled like through my baby finger. I had it was all this side of my body. And I mean literally like
Your right side, your masculine side got.
Oh, you know what? I need to remember which side. But whichever side it was the total thing.
Wow.
The only thing I had brought with me in my backpack was goldenrod salve.
Wow.
Back at the house, I had kava salve. A friend of mine we were with had some CBD or some cannabis salve. I used them all, and goldenrod was the best.
Wow.
That's what I learned about goldenrod as a straight up pain reliever, and the inflammation, the swelling, the bruising.
And it helped draw out the pickers?
Oh, we had to pull those out ourselves.
Oh, you had to pull those out. Okay.
I had a good friend. I was like, we about to be really good friends now, because can you take care of back? I can't reach back.
Oh my goodness.
They were literally from my ankle to and every place in between.
And you said right before that, you said you had 1 foot off the path.
Oh, see? And
What was it?
I do believe it was because we went to Sedona on the whole trip. Now, you know how Sedona is anyway. Here a vortex, there a vortex, everywhere a vortex, right? It was a magical trip to start with. Gwendolyn went.
Oh, wow.
Kelly went.
Okay. Oh.
These are people that Shalina just met not too long ago.
Yes.
But yes, Kelly was there. Gwen was there. Another woman was there, and myself. And it was we need to write a book about this trip.
Okay.
Because it was
lessons everywhere.
Yeah, it was so one of those, like, you couldn't have planned it. Like the synchronicities, and you know how people go maybe with a little, yeah, right. Like, is that really going to happen? Like, stuff was happening. We were like, oh, okay. Okay, we're not questioning no more. We just not questioning no more.
That it had a sacred aura to that space, and that
the whole trip was wild. But anyway, that's where I learned about goldenrod.
The power of the goldenrod.
Yes. And it's so abundant here.
It is. It's everywhere.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, everyone should be making goldenrod oil.
Yeah. And it's easy to spot.
And it's so, yes.
Yes. Oh, and for the men folk.
Yep.
They say that it's not called goldenrod for nothing. So I'll just leave it there. has its other uses as well.
A myriad of uses.
Myriad of uses.
I hadn't heard that. Okay.
Yeah. Well, never mind. I'm not going to go into blood pressure and kidney and blood flow and all those other things and other things it supports. But yeah.
Makes sense.
Makes sense, huh? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So amazing.
Okay, well, I could talk to you all day, but I'm going to wrap it up and say goodbye. So you will invite me back in the spring or summer
Certainly,
or fall or all those times. And
I would love that.
We'll talk to you again. So please like and subscribe. Also, I will link to Lottie's YouTube because she does videos that are fascinating, and she's also Gemini and always has just a ton of things to share. She's learning all the time and very generous with her knowledge. So thank you.
Thank you, Charlena. It has been a pleasure. I am so happy that you're here. I love, whenever we get together, we just...
Yes.
So I appreciate you so much. And I appreciate your dedication, like your Center for Enlightened Living.
Oh, that exists in my mind and on the internet. But not
Hey.
Yes, thank you. I have to build it there first.
But it's there.
Thank you.
And I appreciate that.
Thanks, Lottie. Oh, I'm going to give you a hug on camera. Okay, join us next time and see what we got cooking.
Peace.